Is real. We know you feel it. Rent prices are skyrocketing in many areas.
Yeah, mortgage rates are on the rise too, hovering around 6%. But Habitat for Humanity is making the dreams of homeownership a reality for people right here in San Antonio.
The Night Team's Camelia Juarez introduces us to a local mother who's ready to move her family into their brand new home thanks to an army of volunteers helping make it happen.
This is Destiny Cantu's new home.
It's truly a blessing to be here, to have this opportunity.
A first-time homeowner, she never thought she could afford to own her own home, all while raising 4 kids and making less than $40,000 a year.
And I didn't think I'd have an opportunity like this, in my near future.
This is the reality for a growing number of families. Habitat for Humanity San Antonio's CEO says applications to build an affordable home are 37% higher than last year.
Our houses are costing about $115,000 right now. Their mortgage payment's going to be $800 a month. That includes their taxes and insurance.
This year, Habitat for Humanity helped 53 families. They put in work for their home through hours of financial literacy classes, something Cantu says was worth it as she prepares to move her family in later this year.
Now we're gonna have a front yard, a backyard, so it's great to finally think that we're gonna be here.
Each of these boards was placed here by volunteers, and as the need for affordable housing grows, so does the demand for volunteers. If you'd like to help out, we have more information on that on our website at KSAT.com. Camelia Juarez, KSAT 12 News.
Well, I hope you were able to stay cool out there earlier today because it sure was a toasty one. Temperatures were pretty muggy out there in the mornings. We really woke up to the 70s across the vast majority of south central Texas. That led to temperatures in the 90s out there this afternoon, a bit warmer than average. And while it wasn't for everybody, that daytime heat and the moisture that we did have in place was able to spark up just a very few isolated showers, especially across our far southern and southeastern counties, really closer to the coast. But now that we have lost that daytime heat, whatever was left out there on the radar has dissipated. We are quiet out there this Saturday night, and we are expected to remain that way through the overnight as well. I'll tell you where there is still some rain and even a few severe storms off to our north as well as our east, moving across portions of the Midwest, reaching back over to the Central Plains. Also some wet weather near the Great Lakes region tonight as well, all ahead of a cold frontal boundary that continues to inch its way farther eastward. Unfortunately, no front for us. In fact, just the opposite. It's still going to be plenty hot out there as we head into the second half of the weekend. Take a look at these temperatures, though. 76 in Minneapolis. On the backside of that boundary, mid-50s up in Bismarck, North Dakota. We are much warmer than that out there this Saturday night. 79 up in the Bernie Stage area, 81 in Bulverde as well as Converse, 84 out at Stinson, and 83 in Devine out in Medina County. And it is still plenty humid and muggy. There's actually an area of high pressure at the surface level that is off to our north and our east. And because we sit on the southwest side of that system, that's why we have those southeasterly winds in place, pumping in more of that Gulf moisture and that humidity. So you can see our dew points really are still elevated along and east of the I-35 corridor tonight as well. That's going to continue through the overnight hours and into our Sunday. So it is still going to be plenty muggy and sticky when you do step out there tomorrow morning. Unlike Thursday morning, where we were able to see those temperatures fall into the 60s, we are waking up in the low to mid 70s yet again. First thing Sunday, very similar to what we found out there earlier this morning. And because of that moisture, I do think we will find some more cloud cover work its way back in to kick off the day. But that also scatters out yet again, very similar to what we saw this afternoon. That sunshine helping those temperatures warm right back up into the low to mid 90s. We've got a forecast high about 95 here in San Antonio, 96 that daytime high tomorrow in New Braunfels, 93 out in Beeville, and 95 in Cotulla. So here's your KSAT 12-hour forecast as you get ready to wrap up the weekend's plans. We'll sit in the upper 70s near about 9 a.m. Those temperatures warm into the upper 80s if you're stepping stepping out for any lunchtime activities. And then again, as we see that cloud cover break up and scatter out just a bit more, that sunshine returns. Those temperatures climb well into the 90s by tomorrow afternoon, and a very, very isolated chance for maybe a stray splash of rain before the day is done. Like today, pretty copy and paste. The better chances of finding an isolated shower do look to sit to the south as well as east of San Antonio, but we'll keep eyes on it. Now, in the upper levels of the atmosphere, there's an area of high pressure that is pretty much going to be centered overhead as we head into the first half of the upcoming work week, which means those temperatures will still be plenty hot out there as we get ready to wrap up the final days of summer and head into the first few days of fall. Definitely still feeling well like summer, but those temperatures in the mid to maybe even a few upper 90s.
Yeah, fall at 97. That sounds about right for this year.
Checks out, yeah.
It checks out. All right, thanks, Mia.
All right, Larry, a big game in our big game coverage tonight.
Yeah, so we got 5 games for you coming up. 4 of those games featured ranked teams, including number 9 Johnson taking on Churchill in that 28-6A district opener for those 2 schools. And in college football, Texas State wide receiver Ashton Hawkins set a pretty cool school record today. Coming up. Saturday night's big game coverage kicks off at Hero Stadium. Number 9 Johnson taking on Churchill. Second quarter, Jags up 10-0. Quarterback Ty Hawkins hits Caden Rizzo, who walks in for the 9-yard score and 17-0 lead. Next Johnson possession, they strike again, this time on 4th and 3. Hawkins finds Lauren Johnson, who makes a shoestring grab, breaks a tackle, cuts back against the grain, and races to the end zone for the 29-yard touchdown. Jaguars led 24-3 at halftime, and they win 30-17. Over at Ferris Stadium, number 10 Harlan taking on O'Connor. Second quarter, no score. Panthers have first and goal at the 1. Direct snap goes to quarterback Aiden Latta, and he powers his way into the end zone for the first points of the game. OC leads 7-0 at halftime, and they win 24-14. Number 11 Burbank returns to Alamo Stadium hosting Highlands tonight. Owls catch the Bulldogs off guard on the opening kickoff when kicker Uriel Salazar recovers his own onside kick. Pretty sweet. 2 plays after that, Highlands goes deep. Quarterback Joseph Clay finds Kennedy Jackson behind the defense for a 37-yard touchdown, 7-0 Owls. Burbank answers, though, on the very next drive. Kevin Hernandez rolls out and finds Jordan Palomo in the end zone for a 9-yard score. That ties it at 7, but the Owls take this one 40-21. Over at the Gus, John Jay playing number 12 Warren. Warriors up 28-7 in the third quarter and adding to the lead. Quarterback Antonio Meza with a quick throw to Darian Holmes, who stays on his feet, breaks another tackle, and he's gone. 36-yard touchdown, makes it 35-7. Warriors go on to win 49-7. How about some 6-man football? St. Mary's Hall today. Barron's hosting Brooks Academy. Barron's up 8-7 late in the first quarter. Cuatro Moro is there for the tackle and forces the fumble. Nico Moreno pounces on it, and it's the Barron's ball. Ensuing drive and first and goal. Quarterback Chase Dom hits Hayden Holscher for the 8-yard touchdown. 2-point kick is good. So it's 16-7 Barron's, and let's check out that final and more. St. Mary's Hall wins 59-13, and Wimberley beat Fredericksburg 17-14. So that game was scheduled for last night, but due to a miscommunication, the refs never showed up, so they had to move the game to this morning. In college football, Texas State played at number 17 Baylor in Waco, and this game was at least close in the first half. Second quarter, 2 minutes ago, Bobcats quarterback Lane Hatcher finds Ashton Hawkins on the slant, 12-yard score, and the Bobcats are down 14-7. So he finished the day with a program record 13 receptions for 114 yards and a touchdown. Ensuing drive, the Bears answer right back. Quarterback Blake Shapen fakes the handoff, runs right, hits the seam, and he's gone. 35 yards to restore order for Baylor. The Bears win 42-7 thanks to that TD to close out the first half.
We knew we were going to be in like a 2-minute situation, so we know we wanted to drive down there and get some points. We did start off a little shaky, slower than we would have liked to, but yeah, like I said, I think that 2-minute drive kind of put us into gear for that second half.
In the FBS era, Texas State is now 0-8 versus top 25 teams, including 0-6 on the road. Number 6, Oklahoma at Nebraska. Cornhuskers interim head coach Mickey Joseph leading his guys onto the field, and Big Red strikes first. Casey Thompson plays toss and catch with Trey Palmer, 32 yards, and the Huskers go up 7-0. Nice start for them. Next drive, the Sooners get on the board. Quarterback Dylan Gabriel running out of the shotgun formation, and he takes that baby the distance, 61 yards, tying this game at 7. Part of 49 straight points for the Sooners as number 6 Oklahoma tops Nebraska 49-14. The The Red Raiders at number 16 NC State. This game was all Wolfpack early on. Second quarter now, Aiden White picks off Tech quarterback Donovan Smith, and he's got nothing but green field and a red end zone in front of him. That's an 84-yard touchdown to make it 20-0 NC State, and the Red Raiders dropped their first game of the season, 27-14. And later in sports, we've got all your local college football action with UTSA, Incarnate Word, Trinity, and Texas Lutheran all in action today, guys.
The ref showed up for those games. Thanks, Larry.
That'll help. Coming up, with all the recent talk about school safety and who can be on campuses, several local school districts implement a big change that's affecting the current school calendar.
And health inspectors have to remind workers at one restaurant that washing hands isn't optional when serving food. Just one of the violations we discovered when we went behind the kitchen door. 4 restaurants with scores in the 80s had plenty of violations to correct after recent visits from health inspectors, from a meat-coated grinder and employees touching food with their dirty hands. Here's what's behind the kitchen door. First up, Taqueria Los Dos Laredos in the 400 block of South New Braunfels on the east side earned an 80. Dirty pots, pans, and other utensils needed to be re-washed, while spice containers were dirty on the inside and outside. Shelves, handles, and the insides of coolers all needed to be cleaned. So did the floors and ceiling. All expired food handler certificates needed to be renewed. Urban Pickle, located in this office tower in the 1700 block of Northeast Loop 410, got an 81. Their cold hold unit wasn't cold enough. The inside of the ice machine was dirty, and the can opener was full of grime and dirt. An employee was seen cracking an egg while using gloves and then touching ready-to-eat foods without changing gloves or washing their hands. Another employee was caught touching ready-to-eat food with bare hands and no hand washing. Medicine belonging to a worker was also found on a rack right above ready-to-eat food. Las Conchas, Torteria, and Panaderia in the 1100 block of South General McMullen comes in with an 83. They were cited for keeping the front and back doors propped open, allowing insects to get inside. Nymph roaches were found in a restroom and office area. Ants were also a problem. A re-inspection was ordered. Thrifty Mart in the 6700 block of South Zarzamora got an 85. Unpackaged meat in the freezer was touching the wire rack and other meats. More meat was found stored on the floor. A meat grinder and slicer had leftover meat and food debris stuck to them. The inspector didn't see anyone wash their hands during this inspection. There were also several flies in the kitchen, and a door handle was soiled with residue. That's what's behind the kitchen door. Tim Gerber, KSAT 12 News. And we are also tracking businesses that have better scores. Just scan this QR code with your phone. It will take you right to a new mapping tool we have showing scores for San Antonio food businesses. The reports go back 6 months, and they are frequently updated.
Across America now, remnants of a typhoon causing major flooding in parts of western Alaska. Officials say water levels are more than 8 feet above normal. In some areas, the wind has been clocked at 65 to 75 miles per hour. Streets have been shut down, and an emergency shelter has now been opened. In the city of Nome, floodwaters carried away this house. The National Weather Service says some areas might experience the worst coastal flooding in nearly 5 decades.
King Charles III is receiving heads of state from around the world ahead of Queen Elizabeth's state funeral. President Biden and First Lady Jill Biden landed just a few hours ago to mourn with the royal family.
And meanwhile, the Queen's grandchildren stood vigil around her coffin as well-wishers passed by. ABC's Faith Abube takes us to London.
Tonight, mourners inside Westminster Hall watching a changing of the guard. Queen Elizabeth's grandchildren, including Prince William and Prince Harry, holding a 15-minute vigil beside the Queen's coffin.
It was amazing because I've never seen the royal family before.
Queen Consort Camilla also paying tribute to her late mother-in-law.
She's got those wonderful blue eyes that when she smiles, they light up her whole face. I'll always remember that smile. That smile is unforgettable.
Soccer fans and players honoring Queen Elizabeth's memory with a moment of silence. Earlier, a royal surprise for mourners outside Westminster Hall. Prince William and his father, the King, stopping by unexpectedly to thank them for their support. Authorities in London beginning a countdown to determine when to stop allowing new mourners to join the incredibly long line to bid farewell to Queen Elizabeth. The line for those with disabilities already permanently closed. Officials trying to make sure those already in the queue can make it into Westminster Hall before the 4 days of public viewing ends Monday.
It's history and it's the Queen, and you don't get the opportunity again, do you? Come Monday, the opportunity's gone. So we just had to come.
Others started camping out on sidewalks on Friday for the funeral on Monday.
And some of these people came prepared with sleeping bags, blankets, and all the snacks they need.
And we've got 2 more nights, and here we are in our chairs with our sleeping bags and Paddy Bear.
President Biden and First Lady Jill Biden now in London ahead of a state reception planned for world leaders at Buckingham Palace tomorrow. Faith Abube, ABC News, London.
Still ahead on the Nightbeat. Check this out. That looks pretty cool. The hoverboards going to the next level. The Hoverbike makes its U.S. debut. What it will cost you and how you can get one. Still ahead.
But first, coming up after the break, local school board members vote to make Election Day a district holiday. What they say led to that decision. School board members with Northeast ISD say they're being proactive when it comes to student and teacher safety.
Yeah, this week they voted to make Election Day a district holiday. Public schools are oftentimes used as public polling locations, but given the recent shooting at Robb Elementary, district officials say they understand why open accessibility to campuses puts parents on edge.
Our 8-year-old has already done training for active shooter and for fire drills and all of the other normal things this year.
Normal for these times, a hard reality for any ISD parent, Tina Stolhansky. A few months ago, parents and staff began talking to the board about Election Day when many schools become polling locations.
Having all those people on extra people on campus is always a concern.
Debbie Weissmueller is a parent of 2 NEISD students and the district's PTA president. Both she and Stolhansky were thrilled that the NEISD board voted last night to make Election Day a holiday for both students and staff.
And it also, though, helps twofold with the teachers and the administrators having that opportunity to vote.
Right now, we are really practicing safety at our campuses. And with that means every single door is locked. And if we have elections taking place at our campuses, that isn't possible.
Polling locations are not final yet, but NEISD Communications Director Aubrey Chancellor confirms the latest proposal shows the district with 40 locations, the majority at elementary schools. The move may cause inconvenience for working parents like Stolhansky, but she says it's worth it.
I choose my child and staff safety over the inconvenience of providing childcare for that day.
Northside ISD just approved the same Election Day holiday a month ago, but just for students. Judson ISD's board will vote on the possible holiday this Thursday, and today we confirmed that SAISD, South San ISD, and Edgewood ISD will not be changing their holiday schedules.
And just a note, other local school districts are doing the same. A month ago, Northside ISD, as we said, approved that holiday just for students. It's still a staff work day. East Central and Judson ISDs, though, an update, did approve the Election Day as a district holiday. We checked in with SAISD, South San, and Edgewood, who still confirm that they will not be changing their holiday schedules.
All right, let's take a look outside with live cam here in San Antonio. Again, temperatures in the 80s for pretty much everybody late this Saturday night. Those will continue to fall through the overnight hours. But yes, it was an incredibly hot start to the weekend. Hopefully you kept the water bottle handy. You've got plenty of moisture in place. Let's take a time-lapse view throughout the day today. We had more of that cloud cover in place earlier this morning. It was able to break up just a little bit more into the afternoon. More peaks of sunshine, those temperatures climbing above average. Again, 95 was that high here in San Antonio, 98 in New Braunfels, just shy of the century mark, 92 in Kerrville, 96 down in Pleasanton, out to Atascosa County. Now we can expect more of the same copy and paste conditions as we head into the back half of the weekend's plans. More heat and humidity. We'll also get you an early look at next week, getting ready to wrap up the final official days of summer and head into the season of fall. Still going to be plenty warm for that. We also have some activity to talk about in the tropics. We'll do all of that coming up in weather. Well, 1 week ago was the climatological peak of the 2022 Atlantic hurricane season. We still do have plenty of activity to talk about this Saturday night. Overall, considering that it has generally been a quiet season so far, let's get you the latest information on Tropical Storm Fiona. This is a brand new update that we got in from the National Hurricane Center about an hour ago. 60-mile-per-hour winds gusting upwards of 70 miles per hour as this system continues to churn over the warm waters of the Atlantic, really moving into the far southern reaches of the Caribbean tonight. It is expected to move farther up to the north and then curve even more northward as we head into the first half of next week, potentially even strengthening into a Category 1, maybe even a Category 2 hurricane as it does so. The good news is, at least with the latest forecast cone that did come in from the NHC, that is expected to stay east of the United States East Coast. Of course, we will continue to keep eyes on it, but tonight a mixture of hurricane warnings, tropical storm warnings, and even a few tropical storm watches continue for the British as well as U.S. Virgin Islands, portions of Puerto Rico, reaching back over to the Dominican Republic as well. In other tropical news, let's take you out to the eastern Pacific. The remnants of what was Tropical Storm Lester still right on the southern coast of Mexico, just off to the west of that system. Now Tropical Storm Madeline that is expected to push farther up to the north and west, farther out into the Pacific here over the next couple of days. Also a few additional areas that forecasters over at the National Hurricane Center are monitoring for a very low chance of tropical development there. There's Fiona that we were just talking about in terms of the Atlantic basin, just another little wave out in the central Atlantic that also has a very low chance for development here over the next 5 days as that slowly moves northward. As of right now, no issues for us here at home, but we will continue to keep eyes on it. Speaking of back here at home, we're pretty quiet, but we definitely are humid out there this Saturday night. Again, dew points, which is how we measure the moisture and the low levels of the atmosphere, currently sitting in the upper 60s and low 70s. So you can definitely feel it out there. All of that being filtered in thanks to a southeasterly breeze. Was pretty breezy at times out there this afternoon. By the time all was said and done, we had some peak wind gusts generally in the range of about 20 to 25 miles per hour across south central Texas. 25-mile-per-hour wind was the peak over at the airport, 24 miles per hour in Hondo, 20-mile-per-hour wind gusts clocked in over in Uvalde. Those winds, for the most part, have calmed down tonight. Temperatures in the upper 70s and low 80s across the region, 82 in San Antonio, 78 out in Kennedy, 81 in Pleasanton, and 81 out in Uvalde. Down Highway 90 again through the overnight hours, temperatures only fall into the low to mid 70s, a little bit above average here in San Antonio to kickstart our Sunday. More of that cloud cover works in as well. Maybe a touch of patchy fog not ruled out in some of our rural areas into the afternoon. Those temperatures rebound into the low to mid 90s, but of course when you factor in that moisture, much like today, those heat index values likely will approach the upper 90s and low triple digits. So definitely keep the water bottle handy. Only an isolated chance for a stray shower tomorrow. High pressure moves in next week. Still going to be plenty toasty and muggy. Morning 70s transitioning to the mid 90s. So not the best. Pumpkin spice lattes on the iced side.
Yes.
We'll have to wait for that.
We will. Fake fall.
All right, Larry, the Roadrunners meeped up to Austin and put a scare into the Longhorns.
Yeah,
Just
I think
for
it's
a little.
safe to say that some UT fans were scared for a little while, right? Because UTSA did lead Texas 17-7 in the second quarter, but UT mounted a comeback to take this game. Plus, in Connor Word, you know what? They're playing excellent. They are undefeated this season. We got those highlights coming up. UTSA and number 21 Texas faced off in Austin tonight in a highly anticipated matchup. First quarter, Frank Harris finds Joshua Cephas on a double move for a 45-yard touchdown, but wait. UTSA was called for an illegal shift, wiping out at that score. UTSA would later kick a field goal and lead 3-0 after one. Second quarter, Roadrunners down 7-3, but not for long. Brendan Brady scores from 2 yards out, and UTSA leads 10-7. Moments later, the Roadrunners would recover the onside kick, allowing Brady to show off his throwing ability. Harris throws a backwards pass to Brady, who then fires to Zachary Franklin, who makes a crazy catch between two defenders for a 35-yard touchdown, and the Roadrunners lead 17-7. But Texas would close out the first half at 10 points, tying this at 17 all at halftime. Third quarter now, Horns take the lead. Handoff goes to Bijan Robinson, and he does the rest, traveling 78 yards to the house, the longest run of his career, and Texas leads at 24-17, part of his 138 yards, 3-touchdown effort. Late third quarter now, Harris throws the ball high to Franklin and goes right to J.J. Barone, and that's a pick six to end the Horns, to extend the Horns lead 31-20. Momentum changing play for sure, and Texas goes on to win it 41-20.
It's going to be a great game for us to learn off of. Unbelievable effort. Played a really, really great football team, and went toe-to-toe with them as long as we could. And eventually we wore down and we just didn't have everything left. We're in a frustrating grind right now, but when you play really, really good people, and 3 in a row, man, there's not a tougher schedule in the country anybody's gone through what my kids have been through right now. So anybody comes to my kids right now, they better get ready. I'm going to be like that old protective grandma on Sunday after church right now. I'm coming back like a bear.
He's always got quotes. Undefeated UIW on the road tonight at Prairie View A&M. Cardinals up 14-7 in the second quarter. Lindsey Scott pump fakes and finds Marquez Perez wide open along the sideline for an 18-yard touchdown. Cardinals lead 20-7 at halftime, and they win 31-14, improving to 3-0 on the season. Trinity Tigers hosting Texas Lutheran this afternoon. Bulldogs down 14-0 early in the second quarter. QB Seth Cosme finds Jacob Fortone in the flat. He breaks a tackle and dives over the goal line for a 15-yard touchdown. TLU trails 14-7. Later in the quarter, Trinity responds. Quarterback Tucker Horn slings it out to a wide-open Legend Grigsby, and he walks into the end zone for a 15-yard score. Tigers cruise to a 52-14 victory, also improving to 3-0. San Antonio FC at home tonight hosting New Mexico United. This game scoreless until the second half. 54th minute, Cristian Parano taps it into Ignacio Bailone, wide open in the box, and he buries a shot in the back of the net. San Antonio leads 1-0, but New Mexico scores in the 67th minute, and SAFC settles for a 1-1 draw.
Pro football coverage, powered by Davis Law Firm.
Earlier today, the Dallas Cowboys signed quarterback Cooper Rush and kicker Brett Maher to the active roster, and elevated quarterback Will Grier and center Alec Lindstrom to the active roster. So Rush will start in place of Dak Prescott, with Grier serving as his backup. The boys will host the Bengals tomorrow at 3:25 p.m. And at last check, Cincy was a 7-point favorite. And Tim, I take it the Indians did something good. I watched.
No, it's still tied 6-6 in the 14th inning.
Also,
Guardians.
Yeah,
I'm used
there
to.
we go.
Hey, I still say the San Diego Chargers sometimes. But
Yeah, because they should be.
Sorry, it's the Guardians.
We won't get into that. We'll be
I haven't been watching it all. All right, check it out. You can now feel like a superhero, kind of, if you got the cash.
Yeah, this is the world's first ever hoverbike, made its debut this week at the Detroit Auto Show. The flying bike was built by the Japanese startup company Airwinds Technologies.
Looks a little shaky to me. It's capable of flying for 40 minutes and can reach speeds of up to 62 miles per hour. Founder of the company says the Hoverbike is already on sale in Japan, and plans are now in the works to start selling a smaller version of it here in the U.S. next year.
I'll let other people try it out. The price tag for the American version, a mere $777,000.
Oh,
Just want my flying car. When am I going to get that?
That's a great question. Anyways, y'all, it's going to be plenty hot tomorrow. More of that continues into next week.
Thanks for staying up late. Good night.